So hello everyone. Welcome to the mentor orientation slash training. These pictures right here are from previous years of teen programming, elementary school programming. So yeah, I wanted to show you the beautiful faces of the AHC residents and students. So just some quick housekeeping items and also just to keep you all on board. We're first going to start off with a welcome and an icebreaker. The icebreaker, we're going to go into breakout rooms with staff and we'll share the icebreaker soon. Then after that, we will move into introductions. So we'll be learning a little bit more about the AHC Inc. CCR staff. Afterwards, we will learn about the CCR program, explain the expectations and parameters of the program as well. We will also go over the mentor agreement and we will discuss all the mentor resources that we have. So the mentor handbook, a new document that we've created this year, student profile document, and also introduce something new for the school year, which is mentor slash student groups. And then we will end it off with some next steps and then some final words and questions. So for the icebreaker, the question that we want you all to think about and answer is, would you be doing something different if all jobs paid the same? And if there are some quick introductions before we move forward, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. Hi, everyone. My name is Gabby Segovia. I am the College and Career Readiness Manager. So I've been here, actually, it's about to be my 1 year, August 31st. So I've been here for about a year and it's been really awesome working with really amazing mentors like you all, and also with the amazing students that we have in this program. And I am super excited to have some new mentors join us this year. And I hope we have a really awesome school year. So I'll pass it on to Anna.
Hi, everyone. I am Ana Ortiz, and I am the College and Career Readiness Coordinator for this program. I started at AHC Inc. in March. I actually was a mentor first, and then I knew Gabby, so I got this job because she recommended me about it. And I actually am a WNL graduate. And also I used to live in an AHC property. So I'm just here in this job, paying it forward, and very excited to help our students and get to know mentors. I really think that the Arlington community is so connected and always supporting each other. And I'm really glad to be a part of it. And I'm gonna pass it on to Malenka.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Malenka Cornell. Sorry about that. I am the Assistant Director of Education, one of the Assistant Directors. My focus is on teen programming. So I know many of you have been in our teen tutoring program. So I oversee that program at our different sites, as well as supporting the College and Career Readiness program. I have been with AHC for 9 years. Prior to this position, I was the College and Career Readiness Manager. So I see a lot of familiar names and mentors. So thank you for joining and for continuing year after year to volunteer and be in our program. And for everyone that's new, this is my favorite program, probably because that's what I'm really passionate about, which is college and career readiness. But it's just a very unique program, very unique in the program that we provide, the services that we provide to students, as well as just the flexibility and really just supporting students through their last 2 years of high school, which is very, very critical and important. That's a little bit about me. I will pass it to Laura.
Can't talk on mute. Hi, I'm Laura. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. Really excited to have you as volunteers. So I'm the volunteer coordinator. In addition to recruiting volunteers for this program, we are still looking for volunteers to help with our elementary school students and our teen tutoring program. So if you have any friends, neighbors, coworkers, family members, who are interested in this kind of thing, we would love to have their help. So please put them in touch with me. Thank you.
I can jump into our mission. So HC's Inc.'s mission is to produce and preserve high quality, affordable, and mixed income housing. So we're an affordable housing developer here in Arlington. We have 25 properties in Arlington, so across Alexandria, Fairfax County, Montgomery County, Baltimore County, and of course, Arlington County, where our education programming takes place. I'll pass it to Laura for resident services.
Yeah, so one of the things that makes HC unique and makes me really excited to work here is we have a strong resident services program. You are part of our education program, but we also do a lot of social service support. We have food distributions. We provide backpacks at the beginning of the school year. We're doing some vaccine clinics. Everything that we do, including the education programs, are on the properties where people live. So it makes them very effective. Our education programs, as I already mentioned, for elementary school students, teens, and they're year round. We do summer camps as well. So I'm very proud to be part of this program and happy that you're joining us.
Yes, we're all very proud to be a part of this department. Honestly, resident services is awesome. We love it. Okay, so to get into the real business, here we're going to talk about the College and Career Readiness Program. So to tell you all about our mission, what we do, we prepare youth to successfully transition from high school into post-secondary education. We also provide advanced training, or we help them find a career in whatever field they would like to go to. So whether that may be going straight into the workforce or following a military or technical school, whatever option they'd like to follow, that's what we do. We also provide them mentoring, so one-on-one mentoring, which is what you all are doing. We also do college visits. We help with SAT practice. We help with college scholarship writing, college and financial aid applications. We provide workshops for students, and we also help the parents as well to help them learn how to prepare for college, to prepare for their work readiness skills and also life skills, and develop leadership skills as well. Actually, so as statistics from last year's class, we had 31 graduating seniors with 119 college applications and a little over $3 million in scholarships and gift aid. So it was a very successful school year last year. Our seniors are off to college. Some of them have started school this week. And yeah, very excited to see them move forward. And to share a little bit more about Project Discovery, so that is our main funder. They're a state-funded program whose mission is to support first-generation college-eligible students to access opportunities in higher education. This program believes that hardworking, high-achieving students should not be deprived of an opportunity to attend college simply because of a lack of funding. Their vision is to see that every student graduates from high school, and every student who has the desire and demonstrates ability be able to attend post-secondary education. So very much like our mission, we believe in their mission as well, and we do our very best to enforce and provide all of the good stuff for the students.
So I am going to share a bit about our general program expectations. It kind of like applies to you as well as the students and staff as well. But there are more specific details about this in the mentor agreement that was sent to you. And also we will go over it later in the presentation, specifically the agreement and stuff that you guys will be expected when you're joining this program. Just as a reminder, the CCR program is a year-long commitment. So, you know, from the fall of 2021 till the spring of 2022, it actually starts over the summer, but we officially kick off with this orientation as the school year starts and as it closes with the schools. So the program expectations generally are to meet once a month with the mentor on a virtual platform. And you can actually, given COVID restrictions being eased out. You can meet with your student in person at a public space, or you can also meet with them at our community rooms. Those of you who are in tutoring might know already where those are located, what site works for you. But those of you who are not a public location works just as well, although virtually is usually the most flexible and better option for most people. But if you want to meet with the students in person first and then virtually, whichever works for you. Everyone kind of has to check in with the program staff, Gabby or myself, once a month on progress and goals. We check in with the students, but also mentors. We ideally would like to check in with you guys once a month as well. Everyone is expected to attend workshops and events. Students are required to attend, and then mentors are, invited to attend to our workshops as well. This is a change from last year. We would like you guys to come and see what the students are doing if you guys have time, and also want to learn a bit more about the college process and just everything that is college and career readiness. And then we require that all students apply to at least one scholarship. This can be used for higher education or also for their career. We want them to commit to applying to things as a skill. So yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so to talk a little bit more about student expectations. So when it comes to the relationship between the student and mentor, this is what we expect from that. So the students are expected to check in with their mentor once a month. They're also expected to check in with their staff just to have any updates on their school progress, college application process, anything related to academics. They must check their email constantly, especially going into college. That's a very important skill that they need to develop. A lot of high school students struggle doing that. So we want to encourage them to check their email daily so they are updated with any necessary things that they need to know. They need to be on time and come prepared to all the meetings. And they also must attend 2 college trips throughout the school year. And that is something that we are currently coordinating with our students and planning for the school year. So that, of course, is being taken care of by us. But as a mentor, we do expect you all to encourage them to make sure that they are completing these tasks and requirements and fulfilling the expectations. And of course, they are expected to apply to at least one scholarship. And throughout the entire school year, they are expected to maintain their grades, especially during senior year. We don't want a student to struggle in their last school year and then have something happen to them during graduation year. And we also expect them to participate in any one-on-one tutoring if needed. So for staff expectations, this is kind of the relationship that we hope to have with you all as the volunteers. So our expectation is to support parents, mentors, and students. We really want to have an open communication line so that we all are on the same page and so that you all are comfortable with coming to us with any issues that you are dealing with the students, or if there are any challenges that you may have. For us, we will be advocating for the students. So say there are any struggles that they're facing within school, we will be there to help them. And also we are providing a list of scholarships and resources bi-weekly to the mentors and students. So this is a newsletter that we send out bi-weekly to the students and the mentors, and this has a bunch of resources that are happening around Arlington. It could be internships, jobs, scholarships, everything. And that can be something else that you all can encourage your students to read, since it has really, really good stuff that the students can learn about. We also will be sending in monthly check-in forms. So this will be a form that you will all use to check in your hours and notify us of any progress, any updates that you have with your students. So, and we will be sending out through email. So you will get those through email. Anna, did you want to finish these last 3 points?
Yeah. So we also provide workshops for parents, and we also are basically committing ourselves to engage the parents, since mentors don't really have that contact. It is on us to make sure parents are engaged, make sure that their contact information is updated, and make sure that we also know that the parent is kind of doing their best to support their student as well, making sure that they are updating us and the school officials about any changes or any needs that the student has. We also expect to do quarterly mentor meetings. So we will inform you guys about the dates about these quarterly mentor meetings. These are debriefs and then meetings in which we will revisit and reevaluate the program, how everyone is doing, and making sure that we're all on the same page and we can support you mentors as much as we can. And also just for us to just get to know each other better. This is our community, this is your community, and we all want you guys to feel supported. And then lastly, we will also support the students with the FAFSA application. You guys do not have to meet with the student specifically about FAFSA, so we will take care of that, although we definitely encourage you guys to remind the students about it if you want, remind them about the importance of FAFSA. And then on our side, we will take care of helping them with that application.
All right, I'm going to talk some about the mentor agreement. There is a virtual document that I'll need you to review and sign, but I'm just going to go through some of those points right now. We've already talked a little bit about the commitment. You are committing to help at least once a month. I expect that most of you will be in touch with your students more often than that. And we, as Gabby and Anna mentioned, we're going to have these different events like the mentor check-ins and there's going to be an essay writing workshop that would be fantastic for y'all to come to. So hoping that you can come to as much as you can, but at a minimum, be in touch with your students, supporting them once a month. And let's see, confidentiality. So our programs are in Arlington. Many of you live in Arlington. We ask that you keep, what you learn about your student, their family, if they bring it up, keep it confidential. So if you have questions, concerns about anything that people bring up, your student brings up, please bring that to the staff, but keep it confidential. And I see that a little bit, the slide might be from last year about, having a positive attitude and virtual best practices, but I do want to talk about those because I think we will be still meeting virtually. And it just ties in with boundaries also, but think about your background. I mean, this is all, we've been doing this for a while, but think about your backgrounds. And if your student isn't thinking about their background when they're talking to you virtually, you might want to make them aware of the privacy things that come up when we're looking into people's homes. I think we're probably all well aware of that by now, but boundaries in general. So mentors are, you're not a parent, you're not a teacher, you're not a friend, but we do hope that you have a close relationship, but also have healthy boundaries. We do not want you to be social media friends all across any platform. If students have things they want to show you, they can hold their phone up to you and show you their funny Instagram story, but don't actually follow them. When you are setting up communication, how you're going to communicate best with your students. You're going to do that with the parental permission. So if that's going to be by email, by phone, whatever it is, the parents will need to approve how you're communicating with the student as well. And we hope that you do some in-person meetings following COVID protocols. So outdoors if possible, wearing a mask if indoors, in a public place. So Anna mentioned that we have community centers throughout Arlington. And if that interests you, talk to one of us and we can coordinate, help you, get in touch with the right person to set up a schedule. But a library, a coffee shop, any place outdoors, public place would be fine with us, with parental permission. And then let's see. The last thing is we don't endorse you driving the student anywhere or doing any non-program activities. So we are going to be doing some fun things, hopefully COVID permitting. I think Anna and Gabby were brainstorming about a cooking class and other fun ways to get to know students and do things casually. But when you're interacting with the student, we want you to be interacting about the college stuff, if that makes sense. I've sent everybody a link to the mandated reporter training. That is about an hour-long online class that we require everybody to do before you get started with your student. You can watch the videos while you're cooking dinner or something, but please do that and get that certificate to me soon. And then let's see. The last part of the online mentor agreement that you'll sign, there is a COVID waiver. So we will do our very best to keep everybody safe, and we'll do our best. So thank you so much. Can I ask if there are any questions? Do we have time for that? I think we do. Does anybody have any questions?
We do.
I had one. Is the video training that you mentioned, is that the same that the people who do participate in the teen men?
Absolutely. If you've already been volunteering for us and did that before you did your teen tutoring,
I don't need to do that again.
You do not need to do that again. Same thing.
That is very good.
Yes, good question.
Laura, I don't remember getting the link for that training.
I will send it again.
Okay.
But you're a returning volunteer. So
I'm
you would have
returning.
it
So,
before.
oh, okay.
You
Okay,
would have
thank you.
done it last year. Mhm.
Okay.
Sorry, could you repeat that? So if we're a returning mentor, we don't need to do the
If you're a returning mentor and you've already done that mandated reporter training, it's about child abuse. And if you've already done it, you do not need to do it again.
Okay.
What about if I was a tutor last year? Do I need to do it again? I wasn't a mentor.
Nope.
Thank you.
Laura,
Mhm.
for those of us who have been in this program before, once a student graduates from high school and they're enrolled in college or working, is it okay for us to meet them at a coffee shop or for lunch or something like that?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's great that people build relationships and want to stay in touch. So I have another volunteer. She's been in touch with her students all the way. They've already graduated from college and she's still in touch. So yes, by all means.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, apologies if you said this, but what do you suggest the process is for communicating with the parents about sort of best practices to be in touch with their kid?
I'm going to let Gabby or Anna talk about how that gets set up. I think that they will work with you when they make that match. It's done at that point. And I don't know exactly how they do it. Sorry.
It's okay. Thanks.
Yeah, so what you can do is you can reach out to us, me or Anna, and let us know what the challenge is, and we can connect with the parent. So we will kind of serve as the middle person between the mentors and parents. So yeah, if there's any issue when it comes to like school or anything, just reach out to us and we'll be able to handle it.
Just one thing about contacting Anna. I don't remember getting any emails with her email address on it.
Okay.
So we have yours and we have Malenka's, but not Anna's. So
Okay, we'll for sure add that. We'll let Anna send out an email introduction on it.
thank you.
Yes. Okay, cool. Good
Yeah,
question.
and I actually thought of one more thing within the boundaries is that when you are establishing how you're going to communicate with your student, I encourage you to talk about, after 10 p.m., you might not be available if they have an urgent issue. So go ahead and lay that stuff out up front, that they're welcome to email you after 10, but you won't, don't expect an answer till the next day, or even within a few days if they have something unexpected. So that's another kind of boundary that you can talk to your student about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that has definitely been a challenge this past school year. I know there's some students who will reach out to their mentors late at night with no idea of what's going on. But to also speak on some more challenges, we will be meeting virtually. So there may be some times where you may not be able to meet in person with your student. So in those cases, it may be a little bit difficult trying to create that connection, because when it comes to Zoom, a lot of our students don't like to turn on their cameras, or they struggle speaking through the camera, through Zoom. So I just wanted to put that out there, just so you all know and expect that it may be a little bit challenging. But what I do recommend is possibly meeting with your student in person for the first 2 meetings to kind of establish that connection, that relationship, and then afterwards you can take it to online mentoring hours. But that's definitely up to you if you're comfortable with doing that. Okay, so now we will hand it over to Anna so she can talk more about the mentor handbook.
Yeah, and we will be sending you guys a follow-up email with all of this information, this presentation, as well as the agreement, the mentor handbook, and all of our contact information, so that you guys can bookmark it and have it in hand if you guys need anything. And I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here so that I can show you guys the mentor handbook. I know that I did a little demo about this last year, I think, or not last year, but back in April, I believe. It is definitely a new resource with all of this pertinent stuff that we think that you guys will use while being a mentor for the CCR program. This is a total editable document that we can change at any point. So if you guys need to add or change anything, this can be changed at any point and updated. And again, if you need this in a print form, we can also do that for you. I know that Google Docs is a little bit weird for some people, but I find it very easy to use. And this is basically like a website form, if you will. Here is the general CCR links that you will need. We will have the CCR calendar here, which when you open, you should be able to see the events that we have coming up. You can also favorite this calendar, but it's also just going to be here in your hand because you just want to check it out every once in a while. We have, for example, here our fall kickoff schedule here, and with the details. Unfortunately, we will be postponing that, but all of the events are going to be updated here. The students can see this as well. There's also the check-in survey that we will be sharing with you guys, so that you guys can write down your hours and the notes when you meet with your students, whenever you meet with them. Gabby will go over that in a little bit with the student document. There's also the mentor agreement. Oh, I haven't looked at it. I'm gonna have to update that. Another one that we really want to share with you guys is this mentoring planning guide. It is a very good resource for the first time that you meet with your students. You can share this with them, print it out, and paste it in your wall or something, just basically to start that relationship, ask them what they want to work on, what your expectations are with them. They have expectations with the staff in the CCR program, but you can also share expectations with them, their time and schedule that you guys can meet, and also just like stuff that they want to reflect on. This is a really cool thing that we made for you guys so that you guys can take advantage of it. And then every part of this has a link to a page in this sheet. So you can navigate it through the links here, or you can navigate it through the tabs here. And it's just a bunch of documents that you can print out and take a look at that have to do with anything CCR related. This is the stuff that we use, the stuff that we share with the student. And like I said, it's a work in progress. The thing that I recommend the most is for you to click on the link and just, go through it, take a look, click around, see what works. And if you have anything to add, anything that you think is missing, we are totally welcome to add it on. It is also a document so that we can all share resources. Like, for example, this one is my favorite one. It's all of the websites that we use that are full of resources. So you can always just take a look at this. And we will be sharing that in the student document and in our newsletter, or you can ask for the link. What I like to do is just bookmark it to my browser. I have it like over here. So definitely recommend bookmarking it. Yeah, I'll take questions at the end. And Gabby, you can go ahead and share the student.
All right, cool. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick. So this document that I'm about to show you all is something new that we've created for this school year. So it is called the student profile. In this document, we have these blanks that will be filled out by staff and also by mentors. So we have high school, parent contact, their school schedule, their academic goal for the school year, enrichment goal for the school year, career goals, life goals, extracurriculars, interests, scholarships applied, and also college and career process, college applications. So staff will be filling out a portion of this document, and then we will be sending it out to you once you're connected with your student. And this can be used on the first day that you all meet, and also it's an ongoing document, so it will be updated by you and the student for the entire school year. So with this document, you can go with your student and fill it out together. And also here, you kind of have a checklist. So for example, Karen, she took her SAT, she got her score back, and that is already checked out. So that's something she already did. And she's already completed her personal statement for the Common App essay. And she's currently working on her GMU honors application. She also has filled out her extracurricular activities, so what she will be participating in this school year, and her classes, her school, her grade, what her interests are. So this is kind of what it's going to look like for the students and for you as well. Also, at the top of this document, we've linked the mentor check-in form. So this document will have the Google form that we've also created, which will be used to track your hours. So here you'll just put in your name, and then also if you met with your student, and then it will take you to another portion of the Google form where you will fill it out. Fill out how long you've met, what you worked on, and also give us any questions or comments that you may have. And this form will be sent to us directly, and we will be keeping an eye on it very often so that we're updated, so we know if there's anything that anyone is struggling with. I cannot see my screen now. Okay, oops.
Can I ask a question about that, Gabby?
Yeah, of course.
Mentor check-in form. So it used to be we just filled it out every month. Are you saying now we need to fill it out after every time we meet with them, every time we talk to them?
Yes, ideally that is what we would like. Kind of like a clock-in system, I guess we could say. If you could fill it out every time you meet with your students so that we know what you are working on with them and also how often you're meeting with them. But it is, I mean, we will be sending it out once a month, so you will have that document with you. And yeah, you can fill it out, you know, once a month or as many times as you meet with your student. Okay, and also, let's see, stop sharing the screen. So I also wanted to talk to you all about a new idea that we are starting this school year. So we are creating working groups. And with these working groups, we will have a group of mentors and also a group of students. So the purpose of this working group is to create more of a community within our mentors and also our students, and also serve as a form of better communication. So I know last year there was a bit of a struggle with not miscommunication, but disconnection from other mentors. So we kind of are hoping that this working group serves as like a team, a support system. So the mentors can have somebody to talk to if there's any struggles that they may have throughout the school year. And also for the students, they can also have other students that they can talk to and learn more about each other. And it can also be a encouragement group, you know, like a support system. And we will actually be creating those groups this week. So those connections, those groups will be assigned in the coming weeks. And just a quick announcement, if there is anyone interested in being kind of like a leader of the group, you will have other mentors in the group to help you, but we're kind of looking for somebody that kind of wants to take the lead and serve as a guide in the working group. Let us know. This is, again, something new. We're experimenting. We're hoping that it's something successful and it's helpful this school year. So yeah, let me know if there's any interest in becoming a leader for the group.
So I have a question about so there will be a small set of mentors as a group, and they have some kind of collective meeting, support, whatever. And separate from that, their set of students, or you're going to mix them up differently, and the students support group idea is, again, just among themselves.
Yes. So Anna, did you want to answer that?
It's actually a mentor pair, like a pair group. So in the group, there's both students and mentors. Like you will have your pair, your student that you'll be paired with. So let's say that Anne, you'll get paired with Karen, and Jan, you get paired with, I don't know, Mia. And so you guys can be paired together with Laurel's student and Lucy's student. So there's like now 8 of you in the group. You do not have to meet with those 8 people regularly. You do not have to do anything. The only kind of thing that we encourage you all to do is to share contact information. And it's like you are in the group Anne. That way, you will meet other people that are doing CCR, whether that's students or mentors, and you can, you know, help each other out. So in that group, you will have Jan's and Lucy and Chelsea's contact. So you will know that you can just kind of reach out to them like, hey, Lucy, you remember that we went to the sports shop, all that stuff. And then, you know, if there exists a group chat, so, you know, if you like group me or iMessage or WhatsApp, whichever group communication system you like, you can share information there. You know, when I was doing these programs, when I was a student, we had like a group like that, and sometimes our mentors would like see an internship opportunity and you can share it with theirs. So in there, so you would share not only with your student that you're paired with, but with like other students there and other mentors. So it's just basically like a little cohort of little CCR friends. Yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any other questions about the working groups? There will be more information given as the time comes in the next few weeks. And we will also be assigning the group. So once you're assigned to a group, there will be a more detailed email sent out to everybody. Yeah. Okay, we're drawing closer to the closing time. So I just wanted to also announce that, again, we will be matching students and mentors very soon. And also in the month of September, we will be hosting a workshop for the mentors. And this will be an essay coaching virtual workshop. So this workshop will help you all learn some more tips on how to help your students when it comes to writing their college essays or their scholarship essays. So we will be sending out an email date and time. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I just want to leave the floor open to any questions or any comments. And yes, anybody.
So I'm wondering if there's any clarity on whether SAT exams are back and will be required in the college application process, or if nobody knows, you know, that they'll be suspended or they won't be suspended.
I can say that the requirements are remaining pretty similar to last year for most colleges. I can definitely add into your handbook a list of the Common App college requirement list. It's like a PDF that is really long, but it's stayed pretty consistent with last year, meaning that a lot of schools are staying SAT and ACT optional. We as an organization and as a program still required our students to take it because even, you know, if they don't like if they don't do well, if they do well, it is a pretty good thing to add to the college application process. And it's, if they study for it, it's still a good practice on their skills. But on the most part, it's pretty consistently not required. Some schools are not even looking at it.
Are the Arlington high schools going to be administering those exams?
I will have to check on that. My first thought is not yet, no. I think we talked to the counselor and said that they aren't hosting them yet. But I will let you guys know. I'll write that down.
Can I ask a question? So when's the rough timeline for when we're going to be assigned a mentee?
So beginning of September, which is pretty much next week. So you should be receiving emails from Anna and I with your connection, and you'll be receiving other documents as well so that you can be prepared to connect with your student.
Can I jump in for a second? So I know there's a lot of returning mentors that had worked with seniors last year. So I guess one thing would be really good for Gabby and Anna to know is if you guys have a preference of having a senior again. The way we're doing the matching process is really focusing on the seniors first. So making sure all our seniors are connected to a mentor, especially because it's senior year. They should be in the middle of applications and really get a jump start on that. So if you have a preference and you know that you would like to work with a senior, definitely let them know. I believe there's a questionnaire. Fill that out. So then that way Anna and Gabby can connect you to your preference. Again, in the questionnaire, I know there's some questions like if your strength is writing or math or science, that's what really helps us connect you and pair you with a student when we can make those connections and similarities. So if there's someone wants to be an engineer and we have an engineer mentor, that's a great connection right there. So I would, really recommend you to kind of think through, if you don't have a preference and you're like either 11th or 12th grade, just let us know as well. But the priority right now is to connect our seniors with mentors first, and then we'll move on to juniors as well. But we are still recruiting. So just to kind of give everyone a heads up, we're recruiting students. So we're looking to recruit and serve more students. So one of our top priority is to really recruit students across all 25 AHC properties. So we're looking for HC residents, and then as students come and we recruit more and more students, we'll need more and more mentors. So at some point, if you have a friend, a neighbor, a family member who's interested, and really, their focus are interested in working with 11th and 12th grade students, we would love, love, love to have you guys. So please reach out to Laura. Laura is the first contact person for that, and then she will connect the volunteer to Gabby and Anna. So thank you guys.
If we filled out the form for Laura, then what our preferences were, that's done then, right? The form Laura sent out the other day. Okay.
Yeah, that
Thanks.
one. Thank you for filling that out. There is, yeah, like all of those questions we will definitely use. I know that some of you maybe had a question about what the commitment entails for juniors versus seniors, just kind of like Milenka described. But if you want to mentor a senior, it will take a little bit more time, although we want you guys to meet with the student once a month. If you do have a senior that you're mentoring, it will probably be best if you meet with them more often, as the college application process is a bit more heavy senior year than it is junior year. If you have a junior, the commitment is probably going to be a little bit more lax, but also we hope that if you have a junior that you will go on to being their mentor next year. So there's also kind of that stuff to think about. With a junior, you can meet with them once a month, talk about their grades, talk about their goals, a little bit more lax, a little bit less specific, ask them about like what they're going to work on during the year. And then senior mentors are probably going to be thrown into the fire a little bit, but the college application process, which is starting soon, actually we're kind of in the middle of it. But like I said, we will still be here fully supporting our senior and junior mentors. And again, like that group that we hope to create, there will be a mix of everything so that everyone can help each other out. And we hope to be available for any questions and any help that you need. So still, even if you do get a senior, do not be afraid. You got this.
Can I just bring up one issue? FAFSA, which is more complicated than income taxes. We had a situation last year where the young man I worked with filled out all the FAFSA applications early on. I think even before I started working with him, got a letter back from FAFSA saying he was qualified. At least it looked like he was fully qualified. Gave him a range of numbers that he might be able to support. He might be able to get. I just found out a month ago that he did not qualify for FAFSA. When he went to do the follow-up, they said, "Oh, never mind, you don't qualify." So the problem was not only did he not get FAFSA funds, but the scholarships that require a certain citizenship status that he did apply for, now he did not qualify for. And those that cater to students that don't have citizenship, which he didn't think he would qualify for, he actually would have qualified for. And so we were led to believe, and I blame the FAFSA on this, because they sent him a letter that then we showed it to attorneys, and they said yes, based on this letter he qualifies for FAFSA. And he I met with him for lunch to congratulate him for graduating from high school, and he said, "Oh yeah, by the way, I don't qualify for FAFSA." So I just want to make sure that I don't know enough about FAFSA, but make sure we don't run into that problem again, because he kind of ended up in a bad situation.
Yeah, I think yeah, we're definitely keeping an eye on our students and making sure that they're filling out the application correctly, and also making sure that they're searching for more options when it comes to funding their college tuition. So yeah, that's a very tragic situation, but definitely checking in with our students is very important.
Yeah, I want to say that we are at time now. So if anyone needs to log out, please feel free to do so. We will send you guys a follow-up with all of this information. But if anyone has any questions, I'm here, and we're still here a little bit. You can still ask questions. And we can talk about things. But if not, you can totally go. I did want to say that about the FAFSA, Rick. This year we have more stuff, so it's going to be the three of us. with Gabby, Malenka, and myself. And we will be hosting FAFSA nights and working with the students in the application with them personally, as well as bringing in professionals, hopefully from NOVA and people who know about it. Our plan to keep in touch with the parents is also, it should help mitigate those issues as well, for transparency, making sure that we have, you know, all of their information. So yeah, we'll definitely need to work on that. As a mentor, you do not like me to worry too much about what really goes into FAFSA, since it is definitely something very personal and for the student. But you know, it is always good to submit that on time, making sure that we're checking everything, and we're gonna take care of that stuff. Thank you, Rick.
Hey, thanks everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, goodbye.
All right, guys. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was fast.
Yeah, 1 hour. Can't believe it.
We went over a lot.
I'm gonna stop recording.